go straight then into some solutions, bro.
Yeah, solutions.
Yeah, I'll start out, bro. So one of the solutions I have, right? We had the topic on on easy budgeting a couple of weeks ago. So just check it out on the page. And in that topic, bro, most of what I'm going to say now, I've said in that one as well, is that budgeting can really help you in terms of your debt management. Because, like I said, when you budget with a goal in mind. So maybe the goal is to get out of debt. So when you do that budget, you are now saying that let's say I'm 10,000 in debt, but for the next 10 months, I'm going to put 1,000 into that, or 1,500 into that credit account, or that credit card, whatever the case is, so that you can pay back that 10,000. And you know, that's exactly why budgeting is effective, because you can pay off this based on your plan that you set out. You've got to have a plan, you've got to have a strategy, bro. And you can't derail from a strategy. It's like companies, bro. Companies, they have a mission, they have a vision statement. It hasn't changed for years on end. Why? Because that's the vision, that's the mission, bro. So same thing with the budget. It's got to have your vision, you got to have the mission for it, bro. And you stick to that plan until you're out of the debt. You know, so that's I think that's one solution that could really go a long way. You know, budgeting effectively and actually clearing out that goal of removing your debt. You know.
That's a good one. So budgeting. Yeah, and there's two for now. So realistically speaking, or not realistically, living in a fantasy world, you know, the best way to avoid debts, in my opinion, is to just stay at home. You know, because like, I mean, the moment you leave your house, bro, you know, you're hungry, you're gonna get a takeout. Yeah. There's fuel if you're using your car. Yeah. Public transport is free. So the best way to avoid debt is just stay at home. But that's unrealistic because, you know, it's boring at home. Yeah. You know? So, but for me, bro, I think people just need to just go back to the drawing board. First of all, you know, like budgeting and whatever. Figure out how you can drop your household expenditure from the debt that you have, and also any other like necessary expenditures, groceries, utility bills, or whatever. You know, figure out a way to cut down on those costs. You know, you know, like with what I do, bro, it's exposed me to like. You know, there's a cheese that you buy, for example, a block of cheese you buy at like Spar, and then there's a block of cheese you buy like a wholesaler, for example. But if you're being honest, cheese is cheese, it's cheese, bro, you know. It's just that the one at Spar you're paying for like the air conditioning, the fridges, and the fact that you can, you know, complain to a manager like this. Yeah. Now wholesaler is like it's dingy, it's crowded, but you know, buy the Spar cheese when you get your month-end money. You know? But now that during the what you call it, during the month, go for this wholesale one. You know? Just practice frugality now more than ever. I also think discipline as well, bro. I think people need to be disciplined now. From a structural point of view, I think financial institutions. They need to sort of like regulate credit. I know they have, but I think they need to regulate it more, in the sense that I feel unsecured lending, in my opinion, I think it's still a bit too predatory. Yeah. In the sense that you're getting someone who clearly doesn't come from any financial savvy background. He starts earning a good amount of money, right? And then with that money, he qualifies to take on some kind of unsecured loan, you know, personal, retail, finance, whatever. I think there needs to be some kind of regulation to say that no, you need to, you know, make the qualifying criteria even more stringent, in a way that will discourage people to go for debt. You know, unfortunately, some people will have to go for debt because of the money that they're earning and the cost of living. There's just a imbalance, you know, so they have to. But I think financial institutions also need to play a part. Hopefully this COVID pandemic allowed them to do that, to actually make giving unsecured loans more stringent and actually go towards the secured ones.
It's a good start, bro, especially for institutions. You know, they can actually change the way the economy is running. instead of being greedy all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I have about 2 more, bro.
Yeah.
What I actually thought about while you were speaking was definitely in your house, right? If you have stuff that's not being used, right? Even if it's clothing items, bro, go ahead and sell it, bro. You can sell it for $30 even, right? But when you sell that, use that same money that you got, pay off, add it to whatever debt you have, bro. You know, it helps you manage that. I mean, you have some of the bigger items, like maybe you have a car that's laying there in the background. Strip the car apart, bro. Sell the parts. You know, you've now got an extra 3,000 you can put towards your debt, bro. And then I think a very valid point is take one of your hobbies or one of your interests and turn it into an income, bro, to manage the debt. The debt, sorry. So, for example, bro, maybe you're good at DIY stuff. You know, you're one of those dads who's DIY dad, whatever the case is, and you can paint and you can plaster and you can, you know, do some woodwork, whatever the case is, bro. And then do some of that and charge people. Go to your neighbors, tell them that you build a bookshelf. If they're interested, you can whatever. You sell it, bro. That way, the money from there covers up the shortfalls that you have, bro. So it actually forces you to sort of, if you want to keep that standard of living where you're in debt, but you know you can afford everything, but you want to afford more, open up something, a secondary income, a third income, whatever the case is, bro. And then you can manage the debt, bro. And a lot of people will be like, oh, it's not so easy, you know, we have kids now, we have this, we have that. And I think then you're missing the bigger point, bro. If you're so quick to tell me what's wrong, why aren't you that quick to tell me how to fix it, bro? You know what I'm saying? A lot of older parents, our previous generation, right? You tell them, no, just cut this off, cut that off. Like, nah, it's not so easy. Why isn't it easy? I mean, it's as simple as putting the switch off, bro. It's literally that. You want to live with that iPhone 13 that's fucking coming out now. You want that iPhone 13, bro. Right. But you know you can switch off and go to your 6 that you have sitting there in the cupboard, bro. And do that. Why not?
I like that actually, because I actually read about it once. It's like the what you call it, the psychology of debt, right? It's like that's why like the Muslim or Islam religion, they don't, like, from a philosophical standpoint, they don't believe in debt, because you're taking a piece of tomorrow to use today, if you think about it, right? Because imagine if you want to take out a loan, for example, to buy a car, okay, not a car, maybe to buy some clothes for them, right? You take out a retail loan to buy clothes. The pleasure that you're going to derive from wearing those clothes, like you go out to a party, oh, you look fresh, whatever. The pleasure you're going to derive from wearing those clothes, it's more significant than actually honoring the debt.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like what you said, bro. Like, people would much rather go into debt again to fulfill, like you 50k in debt, bro, but you're going to Dubai. Like, that trip to Dubai is 50k. Instead of going to Dubai, pay off that debt. But now, I'd rather raise the money, 50k, to go to Dubai instead of honoring the debt. Because you've already derived that pleasure from taking the 50k the first time to do whatever nonsense you wanted to do. So already you're playing a catch-up game, because you've used tomorrow's time today. So Romeo, he's not in debt, right? His 1 hour is 1 hour. But me, like you said, now I have to bring in multiple streams of income. I have to stretch my 1 hour to 4 hours. Because now
you want to cover it.
You understand? So that's why the psychology of debt. That's why sometimes, bro, I don't know, bro. Like, for me, if I owe someone money, I have the money and I can pay them back. But there's just something like, nah, dog, relax. Like, don't worry. You know.
I'll give it to you.
I'll give it to you, relax. But you have the money now. You'd rather spend it on something else than give it to this guy, bro. Because you already derived that pleasure, dog, of using his money for what you want to do. So you're no longer see the value in paying, honoring your debt anymore, bro.
Yeah, right. And I guess that's also a character trait, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's a vicious cycle, bro.
It is. And if you don't notice it quicker, you know, then you're just gonna keep sinking, bro. In that debt. But yeah, I don't know, guys. What's some of your thoughts on debt management? How do you manage debt? I I personally have, okay, now I think all my debts are managed quite well. I prefer to pay things off than
Are you dead, bro?
actually.